Hey, what's up, everybody? It's so nice to see you here again. So let's continue with our example from the last time. Let's just see where we left off. So we have our email domain. We have extracted all this stuff in the previous episode. So now I want to continue. I want to get this FetchXML. I want to find other contacts with the same email domain. So let's just go to our dynamics, and I'll just go to contacts again. And I will click on edit filters, and I have to specify the parameters here. I have to specify the filters. So I don't really care about the owner, so I'll just remove that field from here. It's a nice thing for the contacts to be active, so I'll keep that one here. I will add a new row now, and I want to ensure that every contact that I receive as a result has the company associated with it. So I'll just type company name contains data. And for the last row, I want to make sure that my email ends with our domain. And this domain, the example domain that I will choose will be example.com, because I know that I have a couple of contacts with @example.com in my CRM already. So at the moment, I won't really worry too much about these duplicates. As you can see, a single domain is associated with multiple company names, but that's not important for this mini series. Let's just do it. So I will click on edit filters and download FetchXML. And once the file downloads, you can just copy it into Visual Studio Code. Once you have it in here, just press Ctrl, Shift, and P, and do format document. And that'll give you this nice, a bit nicer format. I don't really like how these attributes are indented, but it's okay. One thing that let's just get this thing into Visual Studio. So yeah, now what I will do is do var query, and this is where I will store this query, and that's equals this thing, and then let's paste that in. If you don't know what this is, this basically allows this $sign allows you to use variables within your strings, and this @sign, it just says that it's a multi-line string. So if I'd remove that, this would not be treated as a string anymore. And yeah, but this $sign is something that we will use right now and right here. So we have this condition that email address 1, this is the logical name of our email field, and the operator that we would like to filter by is like. And then we have this value. This percentage sign is very important because it says this example.com can follow anything. So it must appear at the end. So this is basically ends with, but in kind of a FetchXML fashion or in SQL fashion. So now what I can do is just remove this example.com and replace it with a pair of curly braces. And this is now a variable. This is a place where I can input my variable. And I will just copy this email domain from here. And that's it. Now my FetchXML will also include my email domain. And I will end this query with a semicolon, and now I can do var results equals, and that'll be service dot retrieve multiple, and then inside here I'll do new fetch expression, and inside here you can see that the first parameter that it takes in is our query, and that should be good to go. We should be good to go. And this results is an entity collection, so we can get our matched account actually. So we need to get one of them, and we'll do exactly that. So var matched contact equals results, results actually 0. I believe that's exactly what we need. Let's see. So the type is entity, and we want to get the first result. Now, of course, we want to make sure that that at least one result exists. So let's do if results.entities.count is greater than 0. So, but we want to check if the count is 0. And in this case, we won't just we just want to return. We don't want to do anything else here. What we could have done is we could have created a new account right here and just associate this contact with it. So we can do create a new account. Maybe we'll do that in the next episode. Who knows? So okay, we have our matched contact, and this matched contact also has an account because that's specified here in the in these conditions. So this query will only return contacts with accounts, and account is actually hidden within this parent customer ID. And so I'll just copy this attribute name. This is the logical name that I need, and I will do first var count attribute equals, and then inside here I'll just paste in this parent customer ID field. And now I can actually extract that. So var count equals matched contact, and then account attribute. I believe that should be good to go. And this will be of type entity reference. If you remember from the previous or many previous episodes before, anytime that you have a lookup field, so a field where you can actually search for items and an item gets returned, and that two items are linked with this field, we have to deal with these entity references. And now what we can do, of course, we need to first check if this matched contact even contains this thing. So let's do exactly that. So if matched contact dot attributes dot contains key, and the key name will be account attribute. If it contains key, then that's fine, but we want to check if it actually doesn't contain this account attribute, which could be weird because we said that we only want contacts who has this attribute, but in some specific scenario that might not be the case, so we will just return like that. So to do maybe throw an exception. It actually doesn't matter because this is kind of an undefined scenario. We just want to make sure that if for any reasons we don't get this attribute here, then we're safe. Okay, so far so good, I would say. Now we just need to copy the account from this matched account, so we just need to associate this account with our contact. And for that, I will use target and just open the square braces. And now, so we are dealing with contacts here, and I would like to use the same attribute as in previous examples. So I would like to associate, I would like to enter this account. I would just like to copy this parent customer ID into our target. So I'll do exactly that by just copying this account attribute equals account. And I believe we are good to go. Now, yeah, should we just test it? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do exactly that. So yeah, I will go ahead and I will just build my contact associate plugin, rebuild, and then I will just publish the plugin. So I will open XRM Toolbox. Okay, so now that we have that, I can search for plugin registration. I want to connect to an organization and I want to connect to my organization. So make sure to select yours. All right, so let's register a new assembly and let's search for that assembly. Now I've already found my path, but one trick that you can use is just to go to Solution Explorer, right click on your plugin and then do open folder in File Explorer. And that will allow you to just copy the path from here. So I can just copy it like this and then go back to my XRM Toolbox, paste it in here, and you're at the exact same spot as I am. So now you can go to bin, debug, and let's do ls plugins contacts associate. File not found, interesting. Now, if for some reason you get the same issue as I just did, it might have to do with the length of your path, the length of the file name. Not the actual length of the file name, but the actual length of all this stuff before the file name. So I believe Windows has some limitations. It might be the issue, it might not be the issue, but what helped in my scenario is that I just clicked on the file, went to desktop, and pasted the file right in here. And then from here, I could select this same assembly. It's very weird. It should not happen. That's not expected. But if it does for any reason, here's how you can solve it. So now that we have our plugin here, let's just, we have associate contact on create. That's all fine. Let's click on register selected plugins. Okay, looks like a success. So we have our account capitalize, contacts associate, let's see, and we have our plugin here. So let's just register a new step. Right click, register new step, message will be create, and primary entity will be contact, secondary entity none, and filtering attribute is actually, let me think about it. So click on none. So we want to make sure that we have at least this email address. So if we don't have this email address, we'll just hit this return here, and it wouldn't really matter if we ran this plugin or not. So I will just copy that in here and paste it in here. Email address 1, let's check that. Okay, I believe we don't need to cover any other scenarios here. Event handler fine, name fine, that's all fine. Pre-operation, that's very important, synchronous, and let's do register new step. Okay, so just to see the plugin in action, I will quickly disable this plugin step. Yes, I want to disable this step. Okay, let's go back to our CRM and let's go to contacts. New contact, first name, blah, 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 blah. And then email will be test334, whatever, at example.com. And if I save this contact now, nothing should happen. I mean, the contact should get saved, but okay, looks like that I've left some leftovers from my previous testing. So let's try to count capitalize. No, that's not the one. I believe that's I believe I have two plugins with the same name here. I've already tested this plugin before I shoot the video. So yeah, let's try to disable this step as well, and let's try to create a new contact, test blah blah blah, and let's do email, and let's do blah 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 at example.com. And if I save the contact now, the company name will not get populated, but let me just make sure that so we have ls.plugins.contact associate. And if I check my XRM toolbox, I have, two of these, and I can unregister this one because I don't need it. But I've just created this one. So yeah, I'll just re-enable that step. Yes. And let's see, new contact, again, blah, 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 company name empty, and test at example.com. Let's see, save. And now company name is populated here. So yeah, let's end this thing right here. Let's end this episode right here. And in the next tutorial, I will show you how you can actually unit test and integration test this plugin. This will be interesting. We'll be using one very interesting framework. So yeah, without further ado, let's just see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.